Welcome to Finance Magnates Executive Interviews once more. Thank you so much for joining us today. I have the pleasure of being joined by Razi Salih, the CEO at Paytiko. Thank you, Razi.
Hello, Andrea. Thank you for having me.
Shukran. Dubai. IFX Expo in Dubai.
Yes.
How is it treating you so far?
Welcome to Dubai, Habibi. It's very nice, very nice. I like the vibes.
Yes.
I miss the vibes.
Yes, it's always one of the first events of the year. We closed 2025, we're starting 2026. So much is going on, so much has changed. Let's talk a little bit about that. Paytiko is a payment orchestrator in payments, right? With a focus on the fintech industry for players such as trading companies. How do you see the payments ecosystem these days? What has changed, let's say, between 25 to 26? What's the direction of the payments industry?
Yeah, it's a great question, Andrea, because from orchestration point of view or payment point of view, it's not a tool to have, nice to have it. It become more essential, more mainstream. It's not like should I have orchestration or not? It's which one? That's the question of 25, 26.
Okay.
And everyone is going towards international processing and going to the details, to small countries, to countries that never been touched or targeted. And this is where orchestration benefits and added value comes, because for you as a player in the fintech, and in this case as a brokerage or a prop or exchange, you want this extra mile reach. And one payment or one solution or one channel cannot provide you everything. Therefore, the usage of orchestration become more essential, become something that you must have to exist and grow.
I was going to ask you, like, how can it help and why? Because it was very common up to these days to have many different PSPs working with, but it's a layer on top.
Yes. So it's, what people not mistaking that orchestration can help only with PSPs or card. Orchestration actually is to create a full ecosystem of what all payments needed. And I'm counting a payment solution as a PSP. Multi-layer of them is one, but multi-layer of channels, crypto processing, APM, alternative payment solution, instant banking, embedded finance. All these solutions are something that every business needs to deal with to make this extra mile. Because if you go to Africa, for Africa market, there's a certain solution that you need to know them for you to localize in this market. The same in the Middle East, in Europe, in every market. So it's not only just having a good acquiring banks supporting the processing, is actually the banks who give you diversity. Because we know that one solution, the better it is, it cannot cover you all the markets or all the payment methods. So, yes.
And how does the orchestration help smooth everything over exactly?
Yeah, so from user point of view, as an end user, you see a localized solution for you. So if you are from Asia or Middle East or any country, you go and you get familiar with the solution, you work in the same country. And orchestration is enabling you to plug in, having the access of, in our cases, over 550 payment solution integrated in one ecosystem. So we, as a Paytiko, when we analyze the client needs, which is the merchant, the broker, we want to learn where his destination, where his targeted audience. And according to that, we conduct internal research and we advise to him. As well, we have the AI hub that allows him to generate and have advices about what exactly solution he should use to make his processing to the optimal.
And is this in an automated way, or does it happen?
Yes, so we combine an automation with manual. We do use an AI engine to analyze the data and see where you could do better in a way that increases your reach, but also the know-how, the knowledge, the experience that we have, specifically when it comes in the financial. I have a very vast experience in the brokerage industry, so I bring the pains of it. We know what the pains, what we are missing. I mean, without those pains, Paytiko wouldn't be existing. We know the pains of the industry, and therefore we know how to treat them. We know how to prioritize them, because it's nice that you come from a fintech background, you know how the banking works, how the cascading, how the routing, but knowing the financial industry is a plus, and this is a very strong market for us, so we can treat and handle these pains.
And it's very dynamic as well. It changes constantly.
Very.
I mean, these days, what's happening with bullion, with gold and silver, it's absolutely insane. Brokers are going completely crazy over what's happening.
Indeed.
Do you see any impact on it?
Definitely. I mean, for this volatility in the market, for having this volatility and protect your clients, you need two things. You need liquidity, and you need a payment solution that can support this liquidity, because without allowing your clients to top up immediately and faster than the volatility of the market, game over. You are not in this game. And we can see increase in African markets, in India market. Those are typical markets that they have they like the consuming of gold. And this insight and analysis that we do all the time is allow us to learn internally what and predict what could be the best solution packages we can wrap for our brokers and allow them better reach. We share these insights.
And you mentioned before that, orchestration of payments hasn't become a question of if you need it or not. It's about which one do you need. So if I can poke you on that, what would you say? Why would you say Paytiko is a good choice or a better choice or the choice?
It's a great question. I'm happy that you asked, because in this particular event you can see lots of payment solution, lots of payment orchestration, which is I'm happy to see them, because it's create more awareness about this industry, about this product. Now, if you put apple to apple, I can tell you, I can write a book about how much we are better, but I can start with saying that we are much more secure, this is something that if we didn't have this issue in the particular market, Paytiko wouldn't exist. We have a very smart and innovative technology, can respond fast. Our logic of building, cascading, and processing and routing, very UX and user-friendly for smart clients and enterprise level. We are very adaptive in terms of company. And when it comes to even the cost-wise, I would say you get the most luxurious tool and affordable one, because we don't want to be your partners. We don't want to take a bigger chunk of your tool. We are a SaaS, a software provider, and this is how we charge. We charge a fixed fee, no transaction, no percentage, no rebates, nothing, a pure SaaS. And the more you grow, we support you in your growth. We don't claim with being a liability and take more fees, because end of the day, we do the same thing. Of course, the more you generate volume, the more it's consume service and so on. But in a logic thinking, it's the same technology. So once we set this cost, we never change it.
You mentioned security as well.
Yes.
What makes you say that Paytiko is so secure? How do you make Paytiko so secure?
Let's say that we have learned with lots of other players' mistakes. We have built a very solid technology with a very secure levels of penetrations, and this is something we constantly do and test ourselves. So it's not only slogans. We do a lot of operation to ensure that we are secured. And this is something I will keep more to myself, but I would say among what the industry has, definitely we have the highest level of security. Okay. Regardless, this PSI levels and security certificates, which is something standard.
Okay. And what's in storage for 2026 for Paytiko?
I think 2026 will be a very great year for the crypto processing and stablecoin processing. You will see a lot of AI features that allows the merchants to optimize their flow, learning the data, analyzing in an easier way. Because this is what AI brings. It brings a very, very smart algorithm to bring it to the simple people, questions and answers, so they can have insights and plan accordingly.
and how are you helping brokers? In this particular case, since we are at the IFX and it's mostly brokers, the operators here, how are you helping them to become operationally more efficient?
Okay. So if I may, we need to break down the brokers to multiply sizes, and every size has a different approach, a different needs. The small ones, the startups, they need a solution that they can start with, because not everyone is excited to have a startup. So we know how to wrap the nice startups or the operators or the payment methods that works with startups. So we wrap them. For the enterprise, for the mid businesses, which are, if I break down to volumes from 500K up to 2 million, this is where we can bring the biggest jump, okay? Orchestration definitely increase at least from 15 to 20% of bringing increase in volume and approval ratio. For enterprise level, we go deeper. We really go deep and look, because enterprise level brokers, they say they have it all, which is, it's never right, because you always have more to go. You always
the
have
market
this.
is constantly changing as
Yes,
well.
now we can see this very big interest in the Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, Russian market. This market that this CIS market that not under the sanctions, and everyone want to have this reach or these markets. So this is where orchestration comes. Here we do the hard job for you. We go and make research, we integrate, we bring you the best deals, and it's not just bringing a provider. We give you a trusted provider, someone who wants a long-term relationship, because you would find a very much providers, but the one who, because the circle of working with providers is actually, you need to integrate, then you need to process, then they settle for you. So for you to have a full circle, you need to have a full trust in what the other side. And this is something as well, part of what Paytiko does. We validate these processors. We ensure that you get a clean players that allows you to process and collect safely. And we vouch for them, vouch for you, make everyone work together.
Okay. And you mentioned that what you see going towards 2026, cryptocurrency trends, stable coins, etc. What innovations do you see in the space, maybe for brokers, but within the payments industry, that are going to be in 26? It may be related to cryptocurrency, but do you have any idea how that will materialize, let's say?
So, Dubai is one great example. Since we are in Dubai, we bring Dubai as an example. It's a very great example of how they utilize the usage of crypto and stable coin to the maximum. You go to a gas station, you can pay with a QR code of your crypto wallet and stable coins. Now, I'm saying crypto in general, but stable coins, crypto, which is a coin picked with USD value, fiat to crypto, for the ones who less more, no less. It's actually a digital money, and it's very instant, very seamless in terms of usage. So I think that people or countries or governments, especially with MiCA and increasing the regulation, it will become more and more consumed product. And we can see that even governments adopting their own coins to be in the game, to control their fiat crypto storage, like it is with the gold back in the days. Yeah. So I definitely can see that crypto become much more usage, and we can see it in the analytics behind the scenes with a big dashboard. We can see that a very big increase and a very great competition in a market-wise. You can see that players, they understand that this is not like the old days. They can put 3%, 5% on the price. It's go to very, very low levels. So we can see as well the competition in that aspect, which is very good from consumer point of view.
Yeah, there's a big market adoption. Yeah, I think we see that too. And there is a race to bottom when it comes to pricing as well, both in cryptocurrency, in payments as well. It's becoming a very stable market with more and more players, so it's highly competitive. But I think that's representative of the growth of this industry as well.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, Razi. It was an absolute pleasure speaking with you. Thank you all for watching and see you on the next one.